excited to give you more value. 30 days to a new you. 3 ways to get results today. Let's do this. All right. Again, just a little bit of housekeeping, masterclass workbook. Just email me at info@robinengelson.com. Include your name and email, and I will get the workbook to you. Also, you can click on the link I just put in the chat. I'll do it later on LinkedIn for the registration. Okay. And they'll get all this information. You have questions, contact me. I would love to see you. Email is info@robinengelson.com, and I will get back to you today. I also want you to be able to share with me your biggest takeaway. Okay. So there's a QR code there. You can go ahead and scan that, or just go onto my profile and message me directly. And when you message me, are you guys ready for this? When you message me your biggest takeaway, I'm going to give you a special prize, because I want to know how this is for you. I want to know the feedback. I want to be able to improve all the time and always add value to you. Okay. And then submit your homework when you have the workbook to me at info@robinengelson.com. Okay. And we are moving right along. Put a 1 in the chat right now. I just want to know, put a 1 in the chat. Are you fired up to get results? Like, are you fired up? I just want to hear from you. Are you fired up to get results? Number 1. And if you've tried to get results in the past, number 2, put it in the chat. Let's do this. Stay with me all 3 days and you're going to receive a bonus. That's right. I love a good bonus. So you're going to get a 7-day meal planner to help you now, right now, today, to get those results. Okay. And then I want to know in the chat, after 7 days, how will I feel? Right? Think about how you feel now and how you will feel in 7 days. Go ahead and put it in the chat right now. I would love to hear, how are you going to feel right now after the 7 days? Like, you feel a way now, and then you're like, oh, wow, maybe if I get some results and I start changing something with my food and nutrition, I may feel a different way, right? So go ahead and put that in the chat for me. All right. And I have a special offer for you to work with me. So stay tuned. I will be announcing this soon. So make sure you stay for all 3 days for this special offer that I know is going to be amazing, because it changed my life. And I'm so excited to have the opportunity to change your life too with your lifestyle. All right. So on day 1 today, we are going to talk about exercise freedom. I'm going to share my story, who I am, my wellness journey, and we're going to say goodbye to hours in the gym. Who is up for that? Thank you very much. Me too. Put a high 5 in the chat if you want to say goodbye to hours in the gym. High 5 right back at you. On day 2, we're going to talk about food freedom. Okay. Food freedom. We're going to say goodbye to calorie counting. Whew, thank goodness. Put a 3 in the chat if you're like, I'm so sick of counting calories, it drives me crazy. I just want something that can help me get results today. Put that number 3 in the chat right now, because I hear you, I feel you, and I got something good for you. Okay. And then nutrition education. And then I'm also going to say, I'm going to ask you, do you have MyFitnessPal installed on your phone? Right? It could be an iPhone or it could be an Android. So whichever one you have. But I'm curious, because are you tracking this already? And maybe I can just help you make some little tweaks and changes to get the results that you're not getting, right? Okay. Then on day 3, we're going to talk about accountability, say goodbye to yo-yo dieting, and we're going to be hand holding. So put a smiley face in the chat right now if you're like, I'm so sick of starting and stopping, getting results and then, losing my results. I really need someone to really hand hold me and hold me accountable for those results as a lifestyle, right? That's the key, right? As a lifestyle. Can't wait to see those smiley faces. All right. So day 1, here we go. Who's ready? I want to know. High fives, or the yays. Let's go. Put it in the chat. I love this. And again, although I cannot see the chat right now, I will see it after. And I'm very excited. And on LinkedIn, make sure you're doing that. After this, I'm going to go right into the comments and get back to everybody and high five you back. Okay. So this air high five right now. So who am I in my wellness journey? So I'm the Robin Engelson. I'm the founder and CEO of Impact You. I'm an autoimmune specialist. I'm a lifestyle transformer. I'm a podcast host, a beach lover, hip hop dancer, a mom, and soon to be published author of Impact You. Okay. So that's who I am in a nutshell. And I'm going to share with you my journey. So I help corporate executives and entrepreneurs get to the root of what is holding you back and make impactful changes toward a better life, going from exhausted to energized so you can start living instead of existing, living the life of your dreams you never thought possible. Who's up for that? Sign me up. So being a mom is my biggest accomplishment. My son is my world. I cannot believe on the left, he's a little baby boy. And on the right, he's 15. And oh my goodness, what an amazing young man he's turning into. So here's the part of the story I want to share with you guys. I was super sick. I wasn't feeling well. I tried every possible diet. I tried the cereal diet. Who has tried the cereal diet? Oh my gosh, put an emoji of cereal in the chat or LinkedIn comments if you have, because literally I had cereal with Special K with strawberries for breakfast and for lunch. And then I'd have a healthy dinner. And guess what? It didn't work. I didn't have results. I didn't get results. Nothing changed except for I was hungry all the time and I was miserable in a brain fog and it was awful. And so, I tried that. I tried so many other things. Nothing was working. I was out working a bad diet. I was in the gym for 2 hours a day, 6 days a week with no results. And I'm an athlete. So I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I knew how to feel my body. I thought I knew what workouts to do. But in reality, nothing was serving me. And I was so exhausted and I was in such a brain fog. And I knew that if I found an accountability partner, that maybe if it was the right person, they may be able to help me, right? So think about, who's thinking like maybe if I had an accountability partner that knew what I needed and was like a step ahead of me, put another high five in that chat because I want to know in the comments too. High five, high five, high five. Let's get it going, get it going, get it going, because that could be the game changer for the lifestyle. And so what happened for me is that I was just, sleeping 10 to 12 hours a night, wasn't a present parent. It was literally existing, not living. And one day before I picked my son up on the bus from the bus stop, I was like, I'm gonna just go walk my dog, get some fresh air. But I did not want to talk to anybody because I was miserable. I was absolutely miserable. So as I'm going for the walk, excuse me, it was May in Virginia. So excuse me, it was really beautiful out. The sun was shining. The leaves were blowing on the trees a little bit. It was probably about 80 degrees or so. There's a path that in my neighborhood, and you can walk on the path. You're not on the road. I had my dog, and he's sniffing this little like tree area and leaves and branches. And he's, he's sniffing a little bit and I'm tugging him on these. I'm like, come on, let's go, let's go. And at the time, my dog's name was Fenway. So for Fenway Park in Boston, Red Sox Stadium. And I pulled him. I said, Fenway, let's go. Fenway, let's go. Like, stop pulling. And then there was another woman pushing her daughter in the stroller coming at me. And she was like, Fenway. And I was like, yep, that's his name. Mind you, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was miserable, but it was a beautiful day out. The sun was shining, walking my dog, the smell of fresh air. It was just really vibrant for me. And she was like, Fenway. She's like, are you from Boston? And I was like, well, I'm originally from Rhode Island. My husband's from Connecticut, but we live here now. And she was like, what? I'm from Connecticut. And so it's really interesting, you guys, our worlds collided. And she actually grew up with my husband. Are you freaking kidding me? What? She grew up with my husband and we knew a lot of the same family friends. And so we became friends on Facebook. And then I just followed her for a while, like 9 months, you guys. So if you're watching this or you're following me and you're like afraid to like or comment, I'm telling you, do not be afraid, because the best thing I ever did was contact her and sent her a DM, because I was like, whatever you're doing, I want it. She was happy. She was energized. She was a present parent. She was with her kids. She was a work from home mom. And I was like, I need some of this in my life. Like, she was the step ahead of me. So she became my accountability partner, and she helped me with my nutrition and my fitness and my mindset and my accountability. And she held me accountable. And this was the game changer in my life, you guys, the game changer. So put a and 5 10s, 5 5s, 5 5s, right? Or a yay in the chat. Like, are you looking? Do you want something? Like something is missing from your life. And it could be the accountability piece. It could be someone that has what you want. And that could be the energy all day. So you're not exhausted, right? It could be the clarity. So you're not in a brain fog. It could be maybe you're transitioning and pivoting from corporate to entrepreneurship. Like whatever it is, it's so important to find that accountability. And when I did, it changed my life and the trajectory of my life forever. And I started living a different lifestyle. And that's what I'm going to share with you in the next 3 days is how I was able to transform myself through accountability. Okay. So let's talk about exercise freedom, right? We're going to say goodbye to hours in the gym. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. So exciting because when you're out working a bad diet, there's nothing, you can't possibly work the amount of hours out in the gym that you want to get the results because you think that, this is a real popular one that really is just so sad to me when people say, oh, you're out for lunch, you're out for dinner, and they eat something they're not supposed to. And they say, excuse me, and they say, I'll just work out longer tomorrow. I'll just go to 2 classes at the gym tomorrow. I'll just, extra hour on the treadmill. It doesn't work that way. Like you can't do that to get results. All you're doing is avoiding the root cause of why you're not getting results. Okay. You're not identifying, you're absolutely ignoring it. So what you're saying is, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough self-worth or control to not eat correctly. So I think that by working out in the gym, I'm just going to get better results. It doesn't work that way. So I'm going to teach you how to promote physical activity that fits your lifestyle and preferences. So if it makes you miserable to run on the treadmill for an hour, you don't have to do it. Don't do it. We'll find something that works for you, right? So maybe it's actually like walking outside instead. So instead of running on the treadmill, you're going to speed walk outside or just go for a leisurely walk. Or maybe you're going to find bike riding better for you or cycling, right? Or maybe it's a dance class. Woo, woo, dance class. Anytime, time. On the dance floor. Show up, show up. You know, and encourage movement through the day, not just in the gym. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be in the gym to get results. So you really want to make sure that you are identifying what exercise you like. And you may be like, Robin, I don't like any exercise. No problem. We start slowly and work up to a routine that works for you, right? And so put a number 1 in the chat if you're like, I'm so over this. I just want to get results. And maybe like, I like walking. Like put a 1 on the chat, right? Put a 1 in the chat. You can do this. I know you can, right? So you're going to say goodbye to hours in the gym. It doesn't work and it's not a sustainable lifestyle. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to find what you love. We're going to choose activities you enjoy. The more joy that you have in the activities that you're doing, the better your results are going to be. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. I love to dance. I'm a hip hop dancer. I also do Zumba. I do so many other types of forms of dance. I just love to move my body on the dance floor. Am I always the best on the dance floor? No, I'm not. But am I always having fun and having so much joy and smiling ear to ear? Yes, I am. I absolutely am. My hip hop teacher the other day told me, I told him, I said, it's really hard for me to remember the routine, like in the moment. I need to practice over and over and over again because of my short-term disability of processing disorder. But he said, it doesn't matter if you get the moves right or wrong. What matters is that you keep moving. Like just do your own thing. Like, well, I can freestyle all day long. So it's just so important to understand, like, don't put that pressure on yourself or self-sabotage yourself when in fact you can just be doing the movement and getting the joy out of it. Okay. So put a 2 in the chat or in the LinkedIn comments if you are so excited about finding something that allows you to find joy and its movement. So amazing, right? Put that 2 in the chat. Can't wait to see. So incorporate movement daily, right? Short, frequent sessions of physical activity. Here's the thing. If you do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and 10 minutes at night, like morning, afternoon, night, you've gotten 30 minutes of activity in and movement in, and that's awesome. And that's all you need, right? It's amazing. So don't think you have to do like an hour at a time. That's like that doesn't work anymore, right? You got to do what works for you, right? So we want to do functional fitness and focus on exercises to improve daily life. Like what's going to help you have better posture? What's going to help you not have your hips sore or something from sitting too much? Whatever that is, it's functional fitness. So it's not necessarily running on the treadmill or cycling for 30 minutes. Like whatever, if that is that for you, awesome. But if it's not, don't be afraid to try something different and be okay with it, right? Flexible routines, adapt workouts to your schedule and energy levels. Sometimes we want to work out in the morning. Sometimes it's not going to happen tonight. Just get it in. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be, it can be messy. It doesn't have to be neat. It can be messy. Just get it in, right? Don't shame yourself because you didn't get a workout in either. Just make sure that tomorrow, schedule in the morning if the afternoon's not working for you and the time gets away from you, okay? So we want to make sure that we have increased consistency and motivation, better mental and physical health, and avoidance of burnout and overtraining. So when we find a workout and exercise that brings us joy and we have so much fun and we're excited, like when I'm dancing on the dance floor, okay, just put a dance emoji in the chat right now if you're like, I love to dance, or I love to move my booty, but I got no moves on the dance floor, right? Because we just want to move, or shake the shoulders like we did earlier, right? So it's going to increase your consistency and motivation when you do that. You're going to want to go do that activity because it brings you joy, right? Like I cannot wait for my dance classes. They're at night. I wish they were in the morning, but they're at night. I wait all day and look forward to them. And I'm so excited when I walk in the door of the dance studio, right? You have better mental and physical health. After you exercise, you feel better. The endorphins release, and you just feel better. It's just what happens, guys. You just feel better, and you're going to be more productive, and you're going to have less brain fog, right? And you're going to have more energy, and you're going to have avoidance of the burnout, right? Because when you overtrain doing something you don't like, or you're just overtraining, you're going to burn out, right? It's very similar to our work in our jobs when we're not getting results. We're doing the same thing over and over again and maybe pivoting a little bit, but we're not getting the results that we want to achieve. We burn out, right? So just make sure you're finding something that brings you joy. So I want to know in the chat, what brings you joy for movement, right? Is it walking your dog? Is it dancing? Is it horseback riding? Is it cycling? Like whatever it is, put it in the chat, put it in the comments. I want to hear what it is because I want to celebrate you, right? I want to celebrate you. So here is a recap of day one. We talked about exercise freedom, right? Saying goodbye to hours in the gym. Who am I in my wellness journey? And exercise fulfillment and daily movement joy. So important. The joy part is so important, and the fun part, right? The fun part. And I know how you feel because I felt the same way when I shared my story, right? And now I have a solution to the fun and the joy. And I'm so excited to continue to share this with you. So you can have that in your life as well and change your lifestyle. That's the key, you guys, changing the lifestyle, not changing one thing over time, changing your lifestyle or one thing at a time. Okay. It's your lifestyle. So for your homework today, so remember to register from the link that's in the chat, and I'll put it in the LinkedIn comments as well. But remember, your homework is the action that we take that gets us to the results. If we do not do action or take action, we will not get the results, and we'll wonder why and what's happening. So I want you to brainstorm activities you like to do. Like we were just talking about before, what is it? Is it, maybe it's rowing, maybe it's cycling, maybe it's horseback riding, running, jogging, walking your dog. Maybe it's, other movement in a group, like group dance classes. Maybe it's just dancing on your own. Whatever it is, I want you to brainstorm some activities. And in your workbook, there's space to do this. It's a fillable PDF. So you can just type it right on your phone or computer. And then we're going to talk about it. Like email me, right? Email me, info@robinengelson.com. Give me the homework so I can celebrate you. And also remember, don't forget to DM me for a special gift or the best takeaway for today, right? I'm going to do special gift every single day. So DM me on LinkedIn, Robin Engelson, and really just, I want to celebrate you. I want to add value to your life and bring you joy with movement. Okay. So that I'm super excited for that. So put a 1 in the chat if you're like, I'm going to contact you, Robin. I'm going to DM you and I'm going to do the homework, right? Or maybe I'm just going to do DM you. Either way, I just want to hear from you. So put a 1 in the chat. I'm super excited to celebrate you and everything that's coming your way. So if it's meant to be, it's up to me. William Johnson, you have the power in you. You are your authentic self. You bring greatness to the table, to the world. And if you want to do something, if you want to change your life, if you want to have a new exercise regimen and get results, you can do it. So if you believe you can, you're right. If you believe you can't, you're right. And the word impossible says, I'm possible by Audrey Hepburn. You believe it, you can do it, right? You have it in you. If your gut is telling you this is the time to pivot, I'm sick and tired of being in the hamster wheel and doing things over and over and over again and not getting results, right? Not increasing energy, not losing weight, not getting clarity, not having an accountability partner, but I want to do that and have it over time, right? If you're not getting those results over time and you're just getting them stop and go with like yo-yo dieting and nothing's working, this is the time right now. There's no better time than the present because that is your gift.